Hi, so this is my version of a survival fishing kit. Um, there's a lot of them out there. In second and third world countries, you see a lot of people fishing with soda cans, and after an hour or two, you can pick up on it, and so a rod and reel is not always going to be available in a survival situation. So instead of a soda can, though, what I found that might work pretty well is a Parmesan cheese can, because you can put all the contents inside. You can still wrap the line around the can, cast your lure out, and then wind it back in the same style. Um, the difference being is I think is a lot handier for storing items in, like this. So basically what I have here is, that came unraveled, but that was some either tieable titanium leader material, or this happens to be 18-pound 7-strand. I believe there's maybe about 8 feet here. You can adjust accordingly depending on what the area you're in. So what else we have here? Got a couple of floats. These are slip bobbers, but if you tie an overhand knot in your line, they clip right on and they weigh nothing. And anyway, those work good. They're compact. Basically, we'll unload this thing and take a look here. Probably the most important thing, the line. All I've done is I've taken some of these pony spools of fluorocarbon. I would probably recommend, just for starting point, I'd probably go with like 15-pound fluorocarbon, or 10 or 15-pound fluorocarbon, or an XT type line for hand lining. Probably heavier is better, so you don't cut your hand. But you don't want to go too heavy. You'll end up with it being hard to work with. So, and then some lighter leader material, like a 6-pound. This happens to be 6-pound fluorocarbon. So for starters, I would say probably 10 or 15-pound fluorocarbon or XT, and then some 6 or 8-pound fluorocarbon would probably be the way to go. Unless you're in an area with a lot of trout and panfish, then you might want to consider maybe some 4-pound. But anyway, we've got some sinkers here. I got a variety in here. I've got some heavier egg sinkers in case you really need to wing it out there in the wind or whatever. There's some smaller ones, and there's some split shots, and there's some swivels in here as well. So, hooks. Want to go with the standard. I've got a size number 1 hook here, but some smaller ones might be a good idea too. Some circle hooks might be a good idea, because you could set some trot lines and stuff like that as well. And then you just put some of your confidence lures in there. Here's a 5 of diamonds. I've got some jig heads here. Standard jig heads. Then I've got some 3-inch grubs, and I've got some 2-inch white grubs for smaller fish. So you could pair those up, or there might be night crawlers around, or you might be able to figure out how to catch some minnows or something like that. The jigs are great to have. The soft plastics I'm a big fan of, but they don't hold up too well. So I've also put some hair jigs in here, because it's amazing that fish will bite with just a few strands of hair left on these hair jigs. So I would definitely recommend some kind of bucktail or hair jigs in a survival kit, because they hold up well. They catch just about every species of fish that's out there, saltwater or freshwater. So go with the hair jigs. And I've got a few smaller marabou jigs here for trout or panfish style stuff. And I've got a couple of spinners here because if you were in trout country, bass love them, pike love them. Spinners are a good way to go. Maybe you want more than two. And then I've just got some random spoons like little Cleos, and of course we mentioned the Daredevil, and then I've got a weedless Johnson Silver Minnow, which might be a good idea. But that's it, and you saw it all fit in this Parmesan cheese container. And so save those up, and I suppose a pre-rigged titanium leader or two might be a good idea for convenience, although just some loose tieable titanium or some light 7-strand wire, you'd probably get away with tying that on the spot and using it, especially if you have a couple of swivels tucked away, maybe a snap or two. But anyway, that's my version of a survival fishing kit. Of course, this is all assuming that you've got a knife of some kind to fillet fish and cut fish up, but otherwise you could try to stick a pocket knife or something in here too. Other than that, that's my version. Thanks for watching.